Oh, by the way,
that's
there's
the
something
main
I want you
topic.
guys to address too, Lawrence and Kip, because I get almost daily
But not
this.
Tomer.
No, it's YouTube. In this case, it's YouTube. So I get
Oh, okay.
almost daily how the science is confirmed in the Bible that passage that says, "And He stretches out the heavens," which we've only just confirmed the universe is expanding. So how did the biblical authors know that? I'm so sick to death of this fucking
Okay,
line. And
here, let me
It
tell
looks
you about where this
exactly
stems
like a
from.
tent, Arn.
This is a little. Here's a little preview of my video on biblical cosmology. So the in the origin stories in Mesopotamia, so Marduk, he kills Tiamat and he cuts her in half, and then in order to make the ground, he takes her bottom half and he makes it the ground, the earth, and then in order to make the sky, he uses her top half, and it says that he stretches her out. And the fact that it's stretched out like a tent, what that is the word that's always used for tents and stuff. By the way, about like
And also,
setting up a tent.
They didn't
also
have like.
the sky isn't the universe.
Well, no, yeah, it's not. But then you get into like some weird cosmological stuff there. But the thing is, it stems from Mesopotamian motifs of the creation narrative.
Also, the tent fabric they used in antiquity wasn't spandex. Like it didn't stretch like the fabric of the universe.
You do
stretches.
stretch leather out to cure it. You stretch it out if you're doing leather. You stretch it, which the skin of a dragon. You stretch it out to cure it. But that's
you unroll it and pin it, and that's it. Like you're not like stretching
and you're
stretching
done.
and stretching,
and it doesn't get bigger, right?
Right, it doesn't get bigger. You set it up that way. You stretch it out and you set it up,
and you're done. And it ta-da. So
and there is no way that anybody at the time would have ever gotten the impression that the space between the stars is increasing, that space itself is the space itself is inflated. No, that there's only one way to understand that. That's in the context of the time, and that was in a firmament.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, they saw the sky as being like, the stars as being like holes in the sky to see like the light of the gods from behind or whatever. And like, if you stretch out a material, the holes are going to stretch as well. So.
Yes.
By the way, there's a lot more to it.
Like
when it comes to like the rakia, right? The firmament, it uses the root, which means like hammering out, right? So this is obviously like a solid thing. Even into the Christian period, we see commentators talking about how solid it is, especially Ambrose. So like, it was. There's a lot that goes into it.
The Talmud, which I'm not sure how old.
Oh, yeah, and especially in the Talmud, they're talking about different layers of the firmament too. They're talking about the spaces between the firmament. They're talking about how, like, when
there's a lot of Hellenization as well that's like crept in. Like they even talk about the Greeks as being like they're global. Like they think of the Earth as round. Like they're weird.
You can actually have a tiered heavens with either a globe or a flat Earth, but it does have to be geocentrist.
You can. There's a lot of different. There's some different models that I'm going to talk about.
You can have pancakes or Patrishka dolls, but
they literally talk about like the sun. The sun goes behind the firmament and then goes overhead during the night and then comes back up.
Right. Yeah, but we also have to remember that we're talking about things that were written down at like different times, right? So you could have. You could easily have in that time period like a change in your cosmological ideas, not just from time to time, but from place to place as well. So we are kind of being anachronistic. But like I think what really needs to be done is a more diachronic study, and I don't think I have the tools in my tool belt to do something like that. But something like that would be more necessary.
Now, is that not already included in your biblical cosmology?
Those like the thing is the things that I will be talking about, the things that I have discussed already, they will be talked about in that video.
Are you going to be able to address this line in that as well?
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm going to be addressing it. So I'm going to go into it in way more detail.
Excellent. And when should we expect that? Because I am so eager for that, I can't tell you.
Hopefully by the end of the month, if I get my shit together. Writing the script is so fucking hard. The outline is 14 pages. The source list is 2 pages. Yeah, it's a lot. Sure.
I was talking about how the stars were like divine beings, right? The hosts of the heaven. That's literally what they are. You know, there's some very old, like I think in the Song of Deborah, right? Like the stars are actually summoned to fight with Yahweh, you know, in the battle. It's so.
And isn't it in Daniel that 3 of them come down to do battle with a mortal?
I think so. I have to look again, but yeah, it's pretty common. And this is where even like in the later New Testament text, it makes good sense of how, like in the Book of Revelation,
where all the stars come down,
when the stars fall out of the sky and onto the ground, right? Like this is what's happening, is they're being slaughtered in the divine cosmic battle, and they're landing on the earth.